Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 2 by DC Black Label. We're going to continue after issue 1 because something terrible happened. And I want to talk about that. First of all, the covers of these series are gorgeous, are beautiful. They tell a story. I love the fact that somebody used a flashlight, to get this picture. I mean, that's. I think that's gonna happen when I see this image. Gorgeous stuff. Um, what I also think is that in every comic, or sorry, part. Let's say this is part 2, and you can see that here. I believe it's gonna move up all the way to this. It tells another story, or maybe introduces a character, and they tell a little bit more background story between, this character and, Walter. Walter is the is their friend that invited over everybody to the nice house on the lake, and Walter turned out to be an alien, and he is believed responsible or partially responsible that the world is going to hell, and only these 13 or so people have survived on the whole planet, I think. So we have a flashback here, and this guy is called Rick, and this is Walter. Walter said, "Do you think anybody likes me?" And he says, "What? I'm serious. What are you saying? Why are you saying that, dude?" I don't know, man. I think I'm drunk, I guess." "You are definitely drunk." "Hey, what's wrong?" He said, "It's just a lot. There's only a little time left and I'm not ready." He says, "You mean school? Graduation is still like a whole semester away." "Yeah, school." And then I don't know, he's acting a little bit weird, and he says, "Just don't hate me, okay? No matter what, even everybody else does, please don't hate me." He says, "I will never hate you, buddy. I always love you. Okay? Okay." That's what's happened in the past. Now we move forward. And Rick here is, reminiscing about what happened. He says, "We all knew he loved us. It was practically a joke in our group of friends, like he kept bringing all of these stray dogs home, and he promised he'd love each of us equally." So basically, that is what Walter does. He connects with people, he befriends them, he introduced those people to the group, and they become friends too. And some of them are known each other for years, and some of them are just, they barely know each other. And and Walter brought them over to the nice house on the lake. And the art looks gorgeous, in my opinion. So we switch to the now, the day after, day 2, and we see Rick here with his wife. He's been married, and also that Walter was also his best man on the wedding. And they talk about a little bit what happens. Everybody does, by the way. And so he's going to refreshing up, and the view looks fantastic. And then Walter shows up. He says, "It's nice, isn't it?" And then he says, "Hey Rick, I'm sorry. This isn't how I wanted the week to go. But if this is going to work, I'm going to need your help." And we see this his alien reflection. And Rick is freaking out. This is something else, man. This comic, it's different, it's weird, it's unexpected, in my opinion. And so this girl is doodling. She is putting this together. These are probably the signs, and everybody has their own. Let's say Walter gives them some kind of a nickname, although that's also their own profession, like comedian, reporter, artist, doctor, etc., etc. Those are their real professions. And so she is writing stuff, and he says, "Hey, you're Ryan, right?" "Yeah, I'm Ryan. This is Ronnie. I'm Ronnie, this is Molly. You're both from Walters High School. I remember Tim telling stories. And so she basically takes. So you used to date Nora. Nora is the trans girl now. And you were close to Walter, yes? But Walter didn't go to college with you. He went to college with Rick, Sarah, and David, and then Arturo and Naja or Naya met him through Sam and Rick. What are you trying to figure it out? I don't know. Why me? He knew all of you for years and years. Why did he pick me? And this is the sign. So skipping a few pages here and there. It seems that these people now having a breakdown about the world going to hell, etc. And this girl, he says, some of us still have people out there, and I'm not ready. Some of them want to go out, but they cannot go out because there's some kind of invisible barrier. Nobody can leave the house. Well, they can leave the house, but nobody can go away. So this girl or woman has, being angry and confused, and he says, I'm going out for a cigarette. So she has been going out there, and we see this Nora, this trans woman here says, it's Nora, right? Yeah. Sarah, yeah, that's me. How's your wrist? A guy I've known since I was 15 blasted it open with his fucked up psychic powers. So as you can imagine, it's great. And they're making some crude jokes here and there. And he says, well, please tell me you brought like a suitcase full of cigarettes. But then she says, well, probably Walter, with his magic powers or whatever, can, produce everything that we wanted. She said, if you're not looking, there probably in your bedroom is another pack of cigarettes. So yeah, pretty depressive person. And you realize this whole house, maybe this whole lake is built for us, like specifically for us. There are going to be all sorts of little treats we find for ourselves. You really think so? Yeah, I do. So let's come on then. I said, what? And basically they want to, explore what's out there. Maybe they found stuff. But then this guy says, comes out here half panicking, everyone listen up, I found something that everybody needs to see. So they are going outside, but we have Rick here. He says, hey, Naya, hold back with me. Says, are you sure? Yeah. Okay. So while the woman and the trans woman is, sorry, forgetting 13 names, Sarah and Nora. Okay, so they are going to explore, and then we see all these pictures where they are going. So it's a whole goddamn spa down here. Are you kidding me? Fuck, is this a sensory deprivation tank? Totally is. And then they're talking about more. There's a movie theater, and then they are, I don't know, have a library here, and it looks all nice and cozy. He says, look at all these books are on the shelves, or how-to books, stuff on building and repairs and boat maintenance, anything how to make the perfect cigarette. Not yet. And then we see this comics here with books with Neil Gaiman's, and we have Sandman, and we have From Hell. There's a lot of books in here. And but then they have found something. There's a little key in the lock of the back of the shell. Oh God, this is how we find all of Walter's weird porn, isn't it? So yeah, more mystery. I like that. And then so we go back to this guy here, who's immediately apologizing about what he said and did. In the last issue, he says, I wanted to say I'm sorry for losing my cool last night. That's not who I am, not who I want to be. What's this is about, Sam? Well, first of all, I want to explain or talk about the whole apologizing thing. Now, listen, the world has gone to hell. You've been, quote unquote, kidnapped by a person that you think or thought was your friend. The world, everyone around you in the real world is dead or dying. And your friend has turned out to be an alien, and you freaked out. Is that something you should apologize for? I don't think so, but I don't know. Like I said in the last issue, none of these people has done any physical labor, ever. They all are, like I said, entertainers, lawyers, I don't know, doctors, uh, comedians, pianist or whatever. But they all feel like very sensitive people, if you know what I mean. People that don't know how to really express their feeling. They are here expressing their feelings, but it feels more like they have been whipped in the 1700s, on a field by, I don't know, people and you have then those metal collars on their neck, and they are whining and crying a lot. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't whine and cry. And I think that's probably one of the weakest parts of this comic. I mean, a lot of people are here, how do you say, very calm about that, about what happened. And they are talked towards Walter like he is still their best friend. And they talk about very fondly of him. And none of them, except maybe one or two, are freaking out about what's happening, but they still talk about Walter like he's a great guy. And I think that's weird. I mean, even you have a friend, let's say my best friend is turning, into an alien monster, Is he still my friend? How do I feel about that? I mean, I've known that guy for years and years. And then he reveals that the world has gone to hell and he's basically an extraterrestrial. I think those are very good questions that needs to be explored. But if you have 13 people and all these 13 people are, calm or let's say not freaking out, I think that's a problem. I mean, at least a couple of them should be angry at Walter, or despising him or afraid of him. But none of these people are acting like, oh, wait, we are being abducted by a freaking alien. And, but he's still our friend. That's the feeling that I get. I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's a little bit the feeling that I get. So this guy says that he wants to, he was running away, he was exploring, and he says, I was walking down the driveway and I was so angry, and I saw this fucking statue with this sad face, and I wanted to push it down and I wanted to hurt it, but then I made contact, and then I saw something, and then he's freaking out. And so everybody, what did you see? It shows you home, what's left of it, and people are just in shock. Is this some kind of a joke? So you just put your hands on it, yeah. And then this happens. So this is the world going to hell. This is the world exploding. This is people dying. And it's all gruesome, as you can see here. I like this. I like this, that they have the ability somehow to see what's outside their bubble. And that's great. But then we go back to Rick, who's playing the piano. And his wife is coming in, and he says, hey, darling, what you doing? I don't know. I'm thinking. Playing helps helps me think. So, I'm sorry. It's strange. Everybody's gone. And just the sound of the piano in the house and the side of the lake outside of the window, it's so easy to pretend for a moment that we are just on vacation. He said, that's actually I wanted to talk to you two about. He says, Rick, what if we take all of this at face value? We are the only people left in the world. Walter isn't human, and he has put us here because he's loved us. That's the recurring thing that I talked about. So what if we do that? Everybody's going to start losing their minds, trying to get away from the house. But if we accept it all at face value, then the house is all we've got. And I think somebody in here needs to be the calm voice reminding everyone what we hate, what we have. This could all fall apart so quickly. But look around. This is nice. We should keep it nice as much as we can. And then we see all these people are touching this statue, freaking out. while he's playing here the piano. There's going to be an urge to collapse in the face of all of this. The more people think about the world outside of this house, the less they're going to able to handle it. We need to do what we can to keep people head straight. Now, I like that rational thought. I mean, if there is a one or two or maybe a group of people think, hey, listen, the world is going to shit, but this is all we have. We need to stick together. That's good, you know, instead of the opposite. I mean, I talked about that people are a little bit too calm, and it's still true, but there's also the other part of the spectrum. What if people are actually losing their fucking minds and try to tear it all up? So I wonder what he's going to do about that. But he don't talk about that he has a visit from Walter earlier, you know, like here. So maybe Walter is influencing him or talking about him. Maybe he said something to Rick, but I'm not sure why Rick is not talking to his wife about Walter, which is strange. He says, at least the very least we should have dinner together as a group every night. A little structure will keep us all from going insane. We don't need to look to the end of the world in the face. We can accept this all for what it is and make the most of it. I think that's a little bit too premature since it's just only day 2 since the world is going to hell, right? If you say this like maybe in a week or a month, then I said, yeah. But in the meantime, you should freak out still. But that's my opinion. What if the others don't let us make the most of it? Well, then honestly, he says then, I bet Walter has a plan. And then we see the other one have found weapons and C4s, etc. But I can't do it by myself. I need you with me, okay? Yeah, of course. I love you. I love you too. Always. And then he sees Walter here in this alien form. Yeah, great stuff, but also confusing stuff. I'm not sure why he is laying, trust Walter that much. I mean, is their friendship, their bond, is it so deep that when an actual alien comes to you, although you've been friends for years, you immediately accepts what he says to you? Why not making your own backup plan just in case? Instead of, well, Walter has a plan. Is he? Maybe he is. I don't know. And it makes it cool and confusing at the same time. I want to know. I mean, I've got, I believe, all of them, and I'm going to review all of them, and I want to know more. Because I like the premise, I like the art a lot, but I also think that the behavior of these characters is off, way too calm. There should be way more panic. But maybe we're going to see that in issue 3. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this comic and the premise. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.